Has this meta slasher formula finally run dry, or is there still enough to rinse, recycle, and repeat forever? Today we're talking about the controversial yet very familiar Scream 7, directed by Kevin Williamson and starring franchise legacy icons Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox. Welcome to Standalone. I'm Jerred from the Grab Some Popcorn podcast, and this is a solo movie review. Scream 7 brings us back to Sidney Prescott. She's living a quiet life with her husband and daughter, but as usual, Ghostface is never too far behind. The big question remains the same: who's under the mask? Traditionally, it's someone close to Sidney, or at least someone connected to her through some kind of affiliation. A lot of fans thought this would somehow circle back to Stu Macher, but we'll get into that. First, let's talk about what worked. For me, the strongest element of this movie is the writing. It nails that nostalgic Scream tone, the self-aware humor, the meta-commentary, the movie not taking itself too seriously. The dialogue feels familiar in a good way. It definitely delivers on the formula. There are genuinely tense moments, and Ghostface is as brutal here as he's ever been. The violence feels cranked up, and that works. Now, the best scene in the movie? For me, it's when the husband gets absolutely wrecked in the garage. Look, I almost felt bad. Almost. But what kind of cop, whose house has already been broken into by a mass serial killer, hears suspicious noises in the garage and walks in without drawing a weapon? No caution, no tactical awareness. I get that it's a movie and he's clearly being set up to die, but come on, we could do better. Now let's talk about the real strength of this film: nostalgia. You go back to the house from the original movie, you get Sidney, you get Gail, you get legacy callbacks, wardrobe nods, visual homages. Even the end credits mirror that classic Scream style. And at times, this movie almost feels like Scream 1.5. But here's the issue: that nostalgia is also the weakness. We've seen this before. This movie doesn't really try anything new, and the question becomes, does it have to? We're 7 movies deep. Not many horror franchises even make it this far. Clearly, people are still buying tickets, but it doesn't feel like the filmmakers are interested in pushing the needle forward. I've really liked when the franchise went to New York in the previous installment. Seeing Ghostface cause chaos in the subway, that felt fresh. Bringing everything back to suburbs feels safe, familiar, and comfortable. But after New York City, it feels like a step back. Alright, now let's get into some spoilers. So the core plot is the usual. Ghostface is targeting Sidney. For a moment, the movie wants you to think Stu Macher might somehow be involved, but obviously he's dead. There's a decoy killer introduced, but they're taken out way too easily, which immediately tells you this isn't the final act. The real reveal: it ends up being Sidney's neighbor, who is connected to some tech-savvy guy manipulating AI. The film uses AI to mimic voices and videos, and it makes it seem like people from Sidney's past are involved. And that's where it falls flat for me. Scream is usually good at keeping a strong suspect pool, but the movie eliminates potential suspects too early. Whether that was intentional or not, it weakens the suspense. And the AI angle, it feels forced. We get it. AI is a real-world topic. It's expanding, it's relevant, but not every movie needs to use it as a plot device. It almost feels like horror's versions of let's just blame technology. What's going to be next? Ghostface in space? Overall, I think Scream 7 is a decent entry in the franchise. It's nowhere near the best, but definitely not the worst. If you're a fan of Scream or slashers in general, you'll find enough here to enjoy. Just don't expect the reinvention of the wheel. I'm giving Scream 7 a 5 out of 10. It's solid, it's familiar, it's safe, but at this point, maybe safe isn't enough. And that's my review, y'all. Be sure to let me know what you thought of the review in the comments. Let me know what you thought of Scream 7 in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.